Hello, this is John with Saul's message for Saturday, September 18th, 2021. Today he is lovingly addressing our issues with our egos. You are awakening humanity just by being you. As the collective awakening of humanity draws ever closer, please intensify your intent to be only loving whatever may arise in your day-to-day lives. These are very difficult times for many of you, and so you do need to call on your friends and your support teams in the spiritual realms frequently, at least once daily, for a powerful spiritual energy boost as you do the work you incarnated to do in this time of mass awakening. For the vast majority of you, the task you set yourselves is to share and extend love to all. You are love. Your nature is to extend and share it. But, as humans in form, who have largely forgotten the plans you designed prior to incarnating to follow and fulfill, that often seems counterintuitive when you see conflicts in so many places that need to be dealt with and, apparently, forcefully brought to a halt. You do know deep within yourself that force of arms never leads to peace, although it may bring a brief truce during which the opposing sides may rearm and reconfigure themselves to access the most effective way forward. But of course they never move forward, because it only leads to either an angry stalemate or to the total destruction of the opposition, which will then rebuild, in the next generation, an army or a political system to punish and defeat those who previously defeated them. Humanity's awakening process started to accelerate quite recently when large numbers of people finally began to really understand the total futility of conflict, and to see that a war to end wars is impossible. Everyone wants only to be loved, but because of the trauma that the vast majority experience as they grow into human adulthood, it has been very difficult for them to place their trust in engaging with others in only loving behaviors. However, enough of you now do have the courage to face your fears and move forward in love, realizing that an attack of any kind is in truth a call for love. Offering love silently, gently and fearlessly to someone who is angry and possibly ready to engage in conflict is extremely powerful energetically, and it is the only way forward, and many are coming into awareness of this. Humanity and form in a material environment are an invention, an extremely clever and well-designed but unreal resource that the Son of God, in a moment of insanity, constructed in order to experience separation from Source, to experience freedom from the imagined lack of freedom that being the created instead of the Creator appeared to impose upon him. But, as you do know at the depth of your being, when you were created in love, from love, there were absolutely no limits imposed upon you. You are eternally, absolutely free from limitation of any kind whatsoever. To admit that you had made an enormous mistake in attempting to separate from Source in order to obtain a freedom that was greater than the infinite freedom with which Source had already eternally blessed and endowed you was far too shameful an admission to make. As a result, for innumerable eons you have continued to play the game of separation, by splitting yourself into multitudinous individual and seemingly separate beings, experiencing individual, personal, and quite different lives from one another. Those apparent differences of ethnicity, culture, skin color, nationality, religion, etc., were quickly used, due to your severely limited awareness of who you truly were, as further tools to convince you that the state of separation was real. You found yourselves apparently divided or separated from one another by those meaningless but easily recognized differences, and therefore ordinary normal people appeared to present dangerous threats to you, to one another. All wars start when a few men, seldom women, isn't that strange, egotistically seeking power for themselves over others, determined to persuade and convince people in their communities that they are in danger of being injured or attacked by people those egotistical ones choose to identify as enemies, people who look different or who are different in their customs or lifestyles. Humanity is now finally awakening to the fact that those who seek public office are, with very, very few exceptions, powerfully ego-driven narcissists. And yet your egos only have the power that you each choose to give them. Nevertheless, you, nearly everyone in form, do choose very frequently to give your power away either to your own egos or to the egos of those whose rhetoric uplifts and inspires you. Inspiration of that nature is purely egotistical, a choice to give your power away so that you can, you believe, escape responsibility for your thoughts, words, and actions. To be separate, to be individual, to be human, is to accept self-imposed limitations on your personal and divinely preordained sovereignty. And who is the self imposing those limitations? It is your egos. Your egos, essential aspects of the human in form, live constantly in fear because they believe that the state of separation that life in human form provides is real, and because therefore they also believe that this human life that they are experiencing is their one and only opportunity to demonstrate what powerful beings they are. Termination of their existence at the moment of physical death terrifies your egos, and they will engage in any procedure or routine that they think will overcome death or the people and diseases that cause it. All of you reading this or similar messages from the spiritual realms know that death is just a change of state, an awakening from the illusion. Nevertheless, due to the conditioning that being human ensures that you all undergo, you mostly do have doubts about reality, about whether or not you truly are eternal beings, and so you do fear death. Maybe not for yourselves, but often you fear the death of loved ones, those in your lives who give you a sense of meaning, a reason for existence, and who lovingly support you in your human lives. And when one of your loved ones does die, you suffer. So, once again, I urge you to take time out every single day to spend time quietly alone in your holy inner sanctuaries and invite love to embrace you there. Doing this allows you to remember and know that you truly are eternal beings, infinitely loved by God, and to whom no harm can ever come. Therefore, be at peace within, and by doing so bring peace and comfort to those with whom you interact. That is why you are in form at this moment in humanity's spiritual evolution or awakening. You are each doing an essential task that no one else can do for you, and so your presence in form is indispensable right now. You are awakening humanity just by being you, every single one of you. With so very much love, Saul.